Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Rajanae. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome my baby. You came to the right place. Make sure you click that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any videos and you can be a part of Raja Nation. But today we're back with another Boo Tales. Okay, the last three, or was it three? The last three was kind of crazy, but today we got a new one for you guys. Okay, so I hope you're ready for another Boo Tales. Without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so today's Boo Tale is called Spoiled Rotten. Hence why I'm wearing the shirt Spoiled. It's one of my favorite shirts. Okay, in the quaint suburban town of Willow Creek, there lived a girl named Emily Rhodes. Emily had everything any teenager could ever want. Designer clothes, the latest gadgets, a brand new car, and endless spending money. Her parents, wealthy and always busy, had spoiled her from the moment she could walk, giving her anything her heart desired. But for all the things she had, Emily never seemed satisfied. She was never happy. If anything didn't go her way, she'd throw a fit until her parents caved in. How old is Emily? I just need to know. People in town whispered about her. Spoiled rotten, they'd say, shaking their heads as they watched her strut through the local shops, always demanding more. She had no friends left either. Her attitude drove everyone away, but Emily didn't care. She believed she deserved the best, and she wouldn't settle for anything less. One day on a chilly fall afternoon, Emily's parents surprised her with something she'd never expected, an old dusty mirror. Here we go with these mirrors, y'all. Here we go. Is this a joke? Emily scoffed, staring at the ornate antique standing in her bedroom. It was tall and carved with intricate designs, but the glass was foggy, almost as if it had been sitting untouched for centuries. It's a family heirloom, her mother explained. It belonged to your great-grandmother. We thought it'd be nice for you to have something with history. History? I don't want history. I want something new. This thing is disgusting, Emily sneered, but her parents ignored her complaints. You'll learn to appreciate it, sweetheart, her father said, kissing her on the forehead before leaving her room. Emily huffed and stood in front of the mirror, glaring at her reflection. She hated it. There was something unsettling about the way the fogged glass distorted her features, almost like the mirror was hiding something. Irritated, she turned away and plopped into her bed, pulling out her phone to distract herself. Later that night, when the house was quiet, Emily lay in bed, unable to sleep. She kept thinking about the mirror. Something about it gnawed at her, making her feel uneasy. She glanced over at it in the dim light of her room and swore she saw movement in the glass, a faint flicker, like something was watching her. Okay. I don't know. I have to take that back. Okay. Creeped out, she got up and walked over to the mirror, her heart pounding. What the hell? She muttered, peering into the glass. As she stood there, her reflection stared back at her, but something was off. The face looking back at her wasn't exactly her own. The eyes were colder, the lips curled into a wicked smirk she wasn't making. Suddenly, the reflection moved on its own. Finally, you noticed, the reflection said, grinning widely. Emily gasped, stumbling back in horror. What are you? She stammered, her voice trembling. The reflection chuckled darkly. I'm the real you, Emily, the part of you you've been hiding from. Spoiled, rotten, selfish. Its voice dripped with malice. Emily's heart raced as she backed away from the mirror. This isn't real. This can't be happening. Oh, but it is, the reflection sneered. You spent your whole life thinking the world owed you everything, and now it's time for a little payback. The figure in the mirror stood closer to the glass as if they were preparing to step through. Emily froze in place, terrified. What do you want? She whispered. I want what you've been given. All that luxury, all that privilege. You wasted it. Now it's my turn, the reflection said with a twisted smile. Before Emily could react, the reflection lunged through the mirror, reaching out with cold, bony hands. She screamed, but no one heard her. In an instant, the room around her shifted. Emily blinked, looking around in confusion. She was still standing in her bedroom, but something was terribly wrong. She turned to the mirror and saw herself on the other side, trapped inside the glass. The reflection was now in her place, standing in her room, wearing her clothes. Emily pounded on the inside of the mirror, screaming, "Let me out! Let me out!" But the new Emily just laughed. Why would I let you out? You're the one who never appreciated anything. Now you'll see what it's like to be stuck on the other side, watching someone else live your life. Desperation clawed at Emily as she realized the horror of her situation. She was trapped, powerless in the mirror, forced to watch as the new version of her, cold, cruel, and heartless, took over her life. The new Emily walked out of the room, and for the first time, the real Emily understood what she had become, a hollow reflection of a person who had never learned the true value of anything. Days turned into weeks, and Emily remained trapped in the mirror, screaming silently as she watched her reflection destroy her relationships with her parents, alienate the few people who still cared, and squander everything she had been given. She was helpless, her cries unheard as the new Emily reveled in the chaos she caused. But eventually, Emily stopped screaming. She sat in the darkness of the mirror, reflecting on everything that had led her here. She had been given so much, yet it was never enough. She realized too late that she had taken everything for granted. Her family, her friends, her life. Now she could only watch as her life crumbled from the outside. Okay, y'all, so the lesson of this story today, the story of Emily teaches us that being spoiled and ungrateful can lead to dire consequences. When we take things for granted, we often lose sight of what truly matters, focusing instead on material things and selfish desires. True happiness and fulfillment come not from what we own, but from how we treat others and appreciate the blessings we already have. If we don't learn this, life has a way of showing us in the harshest ways just how rotten we've become. Oh, y'all, okay, so what did you guys think about that story, Spoiled Rotten? I can honestly say that that is a pretty good lesson to learn, especially since we're also coming up closer to Christmas. You know, Christmas is one of those major holidays where it's like you get the opportunity to receive gifts. And sometimes when people receive gifts, they get a little ungrateful, they get a bit bougie, and they be like, why would you get me this when I deserve this? And sometimes it doesn't even have to be just the event of Christmas, but just everyday life, you know what I mean? The fact that someone even thought about you enough to even give you something, you know, is mind-boggling. When you have someone such as Emily who was ungrateful and, you know, respond with such disgust, you know what I mean? Like I said, like my mom has always said that it's like, be appreciative, because at the end of the day, no one had to think about you. Like no one had to walk around in a mall or just in any store and saw something and was like, you know what, maybe I should get this for such and such because I feel like they would like it. Like, be grateful that someone actually thought about you and someone actually wanted to buy you something, you know what I mean? Because that person really didn't have to. They could have just left it in the store and could have just kept moving, but they thought about you and thought that you were deserving to have it. So I don't know. And sometimes when you have people like Emily, you know, people who were raised or brought, you know, or just came into money, you know, sometimes they also be real spoiled and they be real disrespectful, y'all. Real disrespectful. Like God will snatch that away and be like, yeah, let me have that, because you doing too much now. Like you being so ungrateful when there's a lot of people in this world who don't have a lot of things. They don't have food, they don't have a home to stay in, they don't have clothes to put on their back every single day like you do, and you over here got the designer stuff, okay? You got the bougie stuff that they can't even afford, and yet you want to act like that? Girl, let me go ahead and snatch that real quick, you know, because you not showing any type of signs of gratefulness and thankfulness. So yeah, I can honestly say that the more ungrateful you become, the more karma you're going to experience, the more bad that you're going to experience, and you're going to watch someone else have all these different things or live a life of happiness that you wish you could have, but only because you wasn't grateful for what you already had. And secondly, okay, the disrespect that you were showing to others when they actually thought about you and were being nice enough to gift you anything, okay? But let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this story. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Any lessons that you felt like I didn't say from the story that you want to add in the comments? Let me know down below. But without further ado, I'm going to catch you guys later. Stay spooky.